September, the world anchors in Times Square.
Footprints of Peace joins Pause the World for Peace.
For the September Cosmoplex in NYC.
Happening on the 18th through the 21st, connecting culture,
Climate, unity, and global action into one movement.
This is not just an event.
It is the anchor gateway into the Footprints of Peace ecosystem.
For a $1,000 global entry activation, partners receive a custom social announcement short video, inclusion in our International Peace Week campaign, and a full-page feature in the Footprints of Peace
September digital program.
From there, the path grows into Times Square visibility, global broadcast opportunities, expansion events, Miami Art Week, and the 2027 Global Convergence.
Our higher level packages build on this foundation,
So every sponsor starts with story, visibility, and a footprint that can scale.
one movement, one world, one future.
Join us! September 18th through the 21st.
Make your regenerative footprint at footprintsofpeace.com.
Celebrating 2 years of impact. CannaBama and Honeycomb Hydro. Hip, hip, hooray!
Change doesn't wait. Why should you? Welcome to the Gaia Guild, Global Action Impact Awareness. At GaiaGuild.com, thousands are coming together. Creators, innovators, changemakers, building a future that matters. Your membership unlocks events, classes, and connections that spark action. And explore the G3 collection and exclusive guild merch at GaiaGuild.shop. This isn't just talk, it's movement in action. Gaia Guild. Join today. Become a guilder. Visit GaiaGuild.shop.
On October 17th, the world comes together for origin. Of one planet, one people, one powerful moment of unity. Host your own gathering or join what's already happening around you. Footprints of Peace, Honeycomb Hydro, Gaia Guild, and Star Horizon are proud to support this global movement. Go to our origin.earth and be part of the awakening. October 17th, Origin, a global 785 trees, hands in the soil for peace. Bygone day primary, growing what the world can see. Together for trees, planted for the world to breathe. Together for trees, regenerative footprints of peace. Sponsor a tree. Help a child believe. Sponsor a tree. Feed the dream we need. Led by Justice Wanjohi, together for trees planting legacy. Students, teachers, community, schools rising naturally. Fruit trees, shade trees, future food and fresh breeze. Green schools, strong seeds, young hearts learning how to lead. Many more schools waiting to receive. Many more roots ready underneath. Many more dreams reaching through the leaves. Many more lives growing from a tree. Together for trees, planted for the world to breathe. Together for trees, regenerative footprints of peace. Sponsor a tree. Help a child believe. Sponsor a tree. Feed the dream we need. Who plants peace? We plant trees. Who feeds dreams? We plant trees. Who heals earth? We plant trees. Who moves as one? Together for trees. Together for trees. Saigonde made history. Together for trees. Now grow the possibility. Sponsor a tree. Make the future green. Sponsor a tree. Create footprints of peace.
Something is waking up beneath the surface. A new kind of community is forming. For builders,
Visionaries, educators,
growers, creators, and change makers. Welcome to Gaia Guild School. This is where ideas become systems, where conversations become collaborations, where purpose becomes impact.
Every Thursday, we gather for night school, a weekly meetup for those ready to connect, build, activate, and help shape what comes next. Hosted by Milan, Ludovico, and Michael Camp.
Gaia Guild School is where regeneration meets technology, culture, education, and real-world action.
From the soil to the stars,
We build the future together.
Welcome to Sweet Home CannaBama.
It's Sweet Home CannaBama, a show that'll answer all your questions, provide accurate information, and dispel the myths of CBD. You can participate and have your specific questions answered by emailing sweethomecannabama.com. And now for all things cannabis in Alabama, here's your host, Jennifer Boozer.
Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm Jennifer Boozer Stewart, your host here at Sweet Home CannaBama Radio, right here in Mobile, Alabama on FM Talk 106.5 and live streaming on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, and LinkedIn. If you are listening, tell a friend. If you are watching, please share and subscribe so we can keep this message going. Every week, we try to give you as much information as we can about the plant in one way or another, one topic or another. And we want to make sure that the people that are listening are getting the best education possible. CannaBama, most of you know, I was the owner of the first hemp dispensary in the state of Alabama. And last summer we had to close due to the new state law, HB 445. And so this week, CannaBama should be turning 8 years old. And I have been doing okay. I got some answered prayers this week. One of the more humiliating aspects of losing everything suddenly for me has been the loss of my car. I had to let it go back to the dealership in November, and I've been very isolated, and it's very depressing, and I'm sweating talking about it publicly because I know how many people are listening and watching, and it's one aspect of all this that I haven't really talked about. This weekend, God provided a car for me, a good one, and it did not cost me a penny. And so I want to say that talk about having some pep in your step after the most frustrating 9 months, since losing the car. I haven't been able to get a regular job. Like I said, I spent a lot of time at home. I was working 7 days a week with the public and have sat at home a lot. And my poor husband's probably ready for me to be out of the house because sometimes for days on end, he's my only human interaction. And I really did not know what I was going to do because I got put into such a situation that there was no way to really save up for one. And, I don't even have to tell you guys what this has done to my credit. And all those things. And so I just want to take an opportunity to say that if you are discouraged, if you are down and out in life, if you've been dealing with some things that, to me, HB 445 was unfair to all people in Alabama, but especially cruel for the business owners who lost everything suddenly. And, my faith in God has been the only thing that has kept me going, that and the love of my family. And God really came through for me in a big way this weekend. And I just can't stop thinking about it. So I decided I wanted to put that out there. If you're ready to give up, don't stop praying. Don't stop hoping. And don't stop doing what it is God told you to do. And on that note, I've been doing this show without financial backing of the business. CannaBama paid for this show for 7 years. And now that is over with, we need advertisers. We need sponsors. So I want to ask everybody, to consider giving a donation to the show. We have a Venmo and a Cash App account for that purpose. So if you would want to consider doing that, or if you're a business who wants to advertise, email me, Jennifer Boozer Stewart at gmail.com. We have a lot of ways that we can advertise both locally and nationwide. And we would love to do that. So, email me, jenniferbruiserstewart@gmail.com. The Alabama Hemp and Vape Association put out a graphic today and a call to action along with lots of other organizations all over the country. Congress is about to go into a break. Actually, I think the House has already gone on break for the month of August. And the Senate will be there a few more days. And basically, the graphic, and hopefully we have it up on the screen, but we need everybody today, first thing in the morning, to call, email, text. The text option is super easy, but they will send a letter to Tommy Tuberville, Katie Britt, and Barry Moore, asking them to vote for a 2-year extension on Section 781 on the hemp implementation date, which is set for November 12th, 2026. We're hoping that they will extend that to 2028. There are 2 bills being considered that have bipartisan sponsorship, but with 8 weeks to go and a whole month of a break, getting something like that passed they do not move at the speed of anything else. As much as they want AI and instant this and all that, the government moves so slow, and we cannot let this deadline come and go without trying our hardest to, if we can't change the law before the deadline, we need an extension. And so we're asking for your help to do that. I was on a Zoom today with the HIFA organization, the Hemp Industry and Farmers of America. And they're telling everybody the same thing. Contact your legislators who work in DC for your state and tell them that we need this extension in order to save the hemp industry nationwide. The text feature is super easy. I did it just to try it so I could talk about it. I've never seen a text option like that before. It worked great. It asked me my name. It asked me what county and city I lived in. It sent the letter to all 3 of them for me. So it's super, super easy. Use the graphic if you need it. It's on my Facebook page as well, and on the Alabama Hemp and Vape Association page as well. So get that information. It takes 2 seconds, but we need your help right now. It doesn't cost anything. We just need to let them know that the people of this country, and especially of this state, want this extension because we need our hemp industry to be viable and healthy, and we are relying on them to do the right thing. We have been doing a summer series, Back to Basics, to reconnect with the most fundamental educational information everybody needs in order to understand the plant, from consumers to those legislators. The lack of real understanding is easily the biggest hurdle that the industry faces, especially with lawmakers. We have discussed in the last several weeks what the plant is, what it does, and my guest tonight is here to break down how it works for us by teaching us more about the endocannabinoid system, or the endogenous cannabinoid system. Many questions can be answered once you know how significant the ECS is to homeostasis, which is balance in the body, and helps the body fully function well and recover from damage or exposure to toxins. Have you ever wondered why cannabis can affect sleep, mood, appetite, pain, memory, and so many other parts of the body? Why can the same product feel completely different from one person to another? And what actually happens between taking a cannabinoid wellness product and feeling its effects? In the next 3 segments, Rick Wagaman from Herbal IQ will walk us through, 1, how the body uses the cannabis plant through the endocannabinoid system, from the receptors and messengers already inside of us. 2, how cannabinoids travel through the body. And 3, how those signals become a response. Rick Wagaman is a health educator, entrepreneur, and advocate for the regulated hemp and cannabis industry. Rick is a health educator, entrepreneur, and cannabis industry advocate with more than 20 years of experience in natural product education, wellness consulting, sales leadership, and business development. He holds a Master of Science in Medical Cannabis Science and Therapeutics from the University of Maryland, Baltimore, giving him a rare combination of advanced scientific training and real-world industry experience. As the founder of Herbal IQ Education and Consulting, Rick translates complex cannabis and cannabinoid science into practical, understandable education for consumers, healthcare professionals, businesses, and community organizations. He is also the former owner of HWCBD Plus Nutrition, where he gained firsthand experience building and operating a wellness retail business, educating customers, developing trusted product relationships, and navigating the changing regulatory environment surrounding hemp-derived products. Rick has been actively involved in advocacy through the Iowa Hemp Alliance, supporting responsible hemp and cannabis policy, consumer protection, industry education, and fair regulation. When we come back, we're going to meet Rick. Stay with us.
Every moment counts if you're at risk or living with lung cancer. And anyone with lungs can get lung cancer. It causes more cancer deaths than breast, colon, and prostate combined. It can feel like a race against time. And while there may be moments where you question your next step, it's essential to know that you don't have to confront lung cancer alone. Through it all, Go-To for Lung Cancer is here for you. From screening, treatment, and survivorship support to finding the right care close to home, we are your community. As your friends, your guides, your teachers, your advocates, and your support system, Go-To is your go-to. Confronting lung cancer starts here. Visit goto.org today.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Are you getting all the benefits you need? If you have Medicare, you may now be able to get new benefits. Benefits may include eyeglasses, wellness visits, gym membership, meal delivery, and hearing aids with low copay. To find out which benefits you qualify for and to find out if you're getting the benefits that you deserve, you need to call Best Medcare. Our licensed insurance agents can look up your current benefits and tell you what additional benefits are available to you. It's easy, just one call. Tell us the deductibles you prefer, the doctors you want to see, and if you want prescription drug coverage. The service is free and you have no obligation. You may even find plans with 0 monthly plan premiums, 0 copays on many services, and 0 deductibles. You deserve every medical care coverage benefit out there and we'll help you get them. Call 800-431-6905. 800-431-6905. That's 800-431-6905. And let Best Medcare do the work for you.
Welcome back to Sweet Home CannaBama. Now with all the information you want about CBD, here's your host, Jennifer Boozer.
Welcome back to Sweet Home CannaBama, everybody. Tonight we're talking with Rick Wagaman. He is from Iowa, and his business, Herbal IQ, helps individuals and organizations move beyond misinformation, fear, and marketing hype. His mission is to strengthen understanding, encourage responsible decision-making, and support the development of a safe, credible, and well-regulated hemp and cannabis marketplace. Welcome to the show, Rick.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Hey.
Welcome.
The transition caught me off guard, Jennifer. You're wonderful. Thank you so much for your time. And hello, all you listeners.
Thank you so much. So tell us a little bit from your perspective. I know I just read this grand bio, but tell us a little bit about who you are. And we always want to know, how did you get into this industry? Most of us did something else first, unless you're 30 years old and then you're a baby.
Right.
And I happen to know you're not 30 years old, so.
I am not.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, thank you so much. The bio is almost a little much, and it really starts to make you think about your age and your time on this earth and the journey that one takes. And just thinking about your journey, Jennifer, I just want to say again, bless you.
Thank you
for the work that you're doing and that you're still playing. and out there educating. That's extremely important for you and your listeners to be advocating when you can. So,
it is, especially in the lower southeastern states that are written off by the rest of the cannabis world as they're never going to do this. No one cares.
Yeah.
Somebody has to do it. And it really is. I mean, a lot of people ask, why are you still doing this? You know, you can't even make any money at it anymore. And I'm like, it's too important. I know too much. I've seen too many amazing things to ever want to stop. And as long as they'll let me in the building and give me a microphone, we're going to continue to do this. So the fear mongering, what I read about the fear and marketing hype and all that, it's a thing. It's a thing. And as long as we are out here educating people in the right way with the right information, then the fear mongering is limited. And it helps people to make better decisions in their voting choices as well.
Absolutely.
So
knowledge is power. That
it is
for sure. That's across the board. And just to give you just the 1,000-foot overview, Jennifer, and for your readers, my journey in the cannabis space started around 2017. To be very forthright, my other half, she has a lobby firm that was hired by a group to help bring about the medical cannabis program here in the state of Iowa. At that particular time, I was a compliance manager for a local life safety integration company, and started to follow her along. And she's been doing lobby and advocacy work for quite some time in the health and education space, both profit and nonprofit. This obviously was a profit situation.
Right.
Organization hired her. I kind of followed the advocacy and the legislative process of getting the medical cannabis program together, as well as the consumable hemp program. Became very interested in the pharmacology of this plant. I've always been kind of a science nerd, even though my degrees prior to my master's degree was always in business and marketing, and my experience was always in that space. I've been a lifelong learner, and that continues to today. And I'm sure I will learn something from you as well. And I hope your your listeners, are getting something from this too. And that's the whole goal.
That is the goal.
So in 2017, we started this journey. Around 2021, obviously the hemp bill passed. We got our medical cannabis program started. We got about 5 dispensaries at that particular time. Those were up and operational, so that process went well. The consumable hemp program came into play. I was one of the first family-owned, so we decided that we were going to start an entrepreneurial venture in the hemp and cannabinoid space. So I was one of the first ones to kind of get that license here in the state of Iowa. One store, family-owned, much like yours, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're very successful because we led with education, let the products follow behind based upon the need of the customer, right?
Absolutely.
These are all things that you know.
You're speaking my language.
So we did that for 5 years. In that process, got my master's degree from the University of Maryland, Baltimore. Really started to understand the pharmacokinetics and pharmacology of how this stuff works, and I know that's what we're going to talk about today.
Right.
And then here in July, like your situation, very similar, sad, but part of the journey, I guess. We had House File 2605 passed, which basically eliminated all of the full spectrum products in the marketplace. So we lost probably 85% of our customer base last month, or in the month of July, excuse me.
Yeah.
So
I'm where you are next year, except you probably have a whole lot better foundation than me. I was a single mom going into that, and
not great. Everyone has a journey and everyone has a story that I've ever met in this space, and it's always from these ashes you come out of it, and you take that fire that you have, and you learn to educate, navigate the landscape a little bit better, and I am sure that you're going to land on your feet and things are going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
And so fast forward, we got Herbal IQ started, so now I really spend most of my time doing things like this. Educating folks, doing presentations. I help small businesses, corporations, manufacturers, extraction companies, other consultants understand how to navigate the endocannabinoid system and all the things.
Right.
I'm also very good with history. And it can kind of walk us through the legislative landscape over the years and follow that. So I spent a lot of time doing exactly what we're doing today, and that's helping folks understand what we're doing with these products. It's more than just something in a bottle that makes me feel good. It's more than something that helps me sleep. There are a lot of things happening. I'm going to do this at a level that I'm sure all your listeners will be able to understand. And of course, if anyone has questions, they can always contact me too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's funny because we're so conditioned. When a doctor hands you a prescription at the pharmacy, nobody reads the insert. Nobody questions what the doctor told them about it, the little the doctor told them about it, and they take it and they're like, oh, I have all these other symptoms now. And it's like nobody questions that. But when you talk about something like this that is controversial, or, nobody's out, not enough people are out there talking about the woes of pharmaceutical industry. But when you talk about something like this, you got to know your stuff. Because everybody and their brother is arguing with you from an ignorant standpoint in the first place. So it can get really frustrating. So let's get into this topic. Can you explain what the endocannabinoid system is and why our bodies already have receptors for cannabis compounds?
Oh, wow. You're getting right to it.
Let's go.
So yes, ma'am, I certainly can. So I feel like I should give a little clip of history here too.
Okay.
So how was it discovered? By who, when, how kind of stuff. So let's start with that before I answer your question. So real quick, around 1966, an Israeli chemist by the name of Raphael Mechoulam discovered the molecular structure of THC, tetrahydrocannabinoid. Okay. His research team kept in the game, kept playing, kept searching. Around 1988, if I'm correct, I believe I am, they discovered the first CB1 receptor in the central nervous system. And they were a little confused because they were thinking, well, is this part of the central nervous system or is this something else?
Right.
And if it is a receptor that we're not aware of, why would that be there without a transmitter somewhere that's activating it?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Fast forward into the early 90s, that same team then discovered anandamide, or AEA. And anandamide, just for a little did you know kind of thing, is Sanskrit for bliss. And that's what they call it for some people.
The bliss molecule, yes.
Molecule. There you go. You got it. You know it.
Yes.
So that's the little background. And then, of course, there's a lot of research that still needs to happen. We're still learning every day. And I can say, and I'll get back to the medical cannabis, the things that are happening in that space. That's kind of my world.
Right.
It's good to see that we are making some progress. That could be another podcast on advocacy and legislative philosophy here. But so the endocannabinoid system, or the ECS, really is a communication and regulatory network that's already working in your body. Mine, yours, every mammal on the planet has one. Okay, and that's scientifically true. It includes messengers made by the body, receptors that receive those messages, and then there's these enzymes, FAAH, the fatty amino acid, and some others that break down these particular messengers just naturally in the body, and they're produced and removed as they are needed. So these compounds from cannabis simply interact with these parts of this existing system that's already in our body.
Right. So
essentially, the body already kind of speaks a cannabinoid language.
Yes.
And we just happen to find that these phytocannabinoids that are in the plant mimic a lot of what our body naturally produces. So it was this plant and our bodies, through the miracle of life, have a lot of connection.
Yes. It's amazing because we have endocannabinoids, which means they're made within the body. And then it's a matter of, just like anything else, it's a matter of depletion. We supplement those endocannabinoids with phytocannabinoids from the plant, and our bodies are made to take those chemicals and they know exactly what to do with them. And just like we talked about last week, it just discards the rest. We got to take a little break. When we come back, more with Rick Wagman on the ECS. Stay with us.
FM Talk 1065, the Gulf Coast Weather Authority, and Dr. Bill Williams.
The Gulf Coast can expect partly cloudy skies tonight with a slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm. Lows will be in the upper 70s at daybreak. For Tuesday, mostly sunny with isolated showers and thunderstorms, highs in the upper 90s. And the outlook for Wednesday, mostly sunny with a few afternoon showers and thunderstorms and highs in the upper 90s. This is meteorologist Dr. Bill Williams for FM Talk 1065.
Good afternoon. I'm Peter Albrecht, WKRG News 5. Police have identified 2 people who died last week in what investigators say was a murder-suicide. Officers say 37-year-old Frederick Barnes shot 37-year-old Jessica Tucker in a car outside a house on Devander Drive in the Overlook area and then shot himself. This happened late last Tuesday night. A Sims man who traveled to Pensacola to meet a child for sex has been sentenced to 10 years in federal prison. 47-year-old Christopher Glover pleaded guilty in April. Court documents reveal that Glover communicated with whom he believed to be a 14-year-old girl and offered to pay her for sex. He was arrested in the undercover sting last fall in Pensacola. Glover worked for the Baldwin County School District. If you want to vote in next month's special congressional election in Alabama, you have to register by the end of today. That election will only have the District 1 Republican race on the ballot locally. Election day is Tuesday, August 11th. With local coverage you can count on, I'm Peter Albrecht, WKRG News 5.
I was in the hospital with my son for 18 months. When he got injured, I wasn't prepared, but I knew I had to be strong.
When I was told about John's injury, I was in complete shock. I just remember rushing into his room and giving him a big hug and letting him know I was there.
These veterans and families are just a few of the heroes we serve at Homes for Our Troops. For thousands of severely injured veterans, everyday life is filled with barriers.
It was really the little things throughout the house. Counters that you can't roll up to. How to drag my wheelchair down steps.
I want to help, but he is so determined.
At Homes for Our Troops, we build specially adapted custom homes with features like wheelchair access, roll-in showers, and automatic door openers that allow them to function independently and focus on their recovery and family.
This house is freedom. It's hope. It's a new beginning.
This house has given me my family back.
To learn more, visit hfotusa.org.
Welcome back to Sweet Home CannaBama. Now with all the information you want about CBD, here's your host, Jennifer Boozer.
Welcome back, everybody. You're listening to Sweet Home CannaBama Radio on FM Talk 1065, and possibly you're watching us from YouTube or social media. Tonight, we're talking with Rick Wagman about the endocannabinoid system. Rick, well, we discussed what endocannabinoids are, but what do they normally do before cannabis enters the picture?
Yes. Hey, everybody. So endocannabinoids are cannabinoid-like messengers that are made naturally just inside the body.
Right.
The 2 best known, and again, they are created on demand when needed, but the 2 best known that we know of right now is AEA, which we spoke of a little bit before, and 2AG.
Yes.
So the body usually creates them and where they are needed to help regulate communications involving like stress and sleep and mood and appetite and memory and pain and digestion and the immune system.
Right. So many things.
Yes. And they work locally. They deliver a short message and then they are broken down by enzymes. And so, kind of think of it like that process. Think of them as a body's own little short-term text messages. Right?
Okay. Yeah. Message received. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. Message received. Yep. Go ahead.
Well, so where do we find these CB1 and CB2 receptors in the body, and why does that matter? Because I know they're everywhere, right?
They are from head to toe. That is absolutely correct. And that's a very important part of this process. So CB1 receptors are found mostly in the brain and the central nervous system, especially in areas involving memory and mood, appetite, movement, coordination, and perception. CB2 receptors are more closely associated with immune cells, inflammation, peripheral tissue, and tissue responses. But both are also found elsewhere in the body. If you go on to NIH or PubMed, any of these, reputable, you'll get all kinds of systematic reviews about discovery of these different receptors, even behind the eyes, and some great research happening with glaucoma right now, and it's really interesting. But the location does matter because a receptor is in the brain may create a very different response than one that's in the gut or in the immune system
or in the skin, even.
So the receptor really does matter, and it's the location probably matters just as much.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, how do these cannabinoids, when we consume cannabinoids, or even the ones that are in our body, how do they get to the bloodstream?
Yeah. So that's part of, we talk about pharmacology. So we got, pharma kinetics, which are basically, what happens to our to the drug when it comes into the body, and then we have pharmacodynamics is more the effect side. So we're kind of talking about pharmacokinetics here, and when someone consumes cannabis, there's lots of ways to get to the bloodstream. There's different delivery methods, right?
Right.
So it depends how that product is used. If it's inhaled, cannabis, passes through the lungs and then enters the bloodstream pretty quick.
Right.
If it's edibles, they're absorbed through the digestive system and then processed by the liver, and that's in first pass metabolism. Tinctures, you do a little bit of both. It's sublingual.
Right. Mucosal absorption.
Mucous membrane of mouth, gum, and tongue. And then partly through digestion. And then topicals are more localized. And then you can get into more of a transdermal patch type product where that is designed to move, through the skin and into the bloodstream.
Right, so, over time.
Absorption is kind of your first, your major kind of fork in the road.
Right. Definitely the method of consumption matters, especially when it comes to why you're using it, and then the efficacy of of the different methods. A lot of people only ever want to smoke, and I'm like, great, smoke all you want to, but let's take some medicine twice a day from your mouth, And just like you said, topical, we use that like spot treatment. I tell people, if you put it on your elbow, it's not going to help your knee, but it's going to make your elbow feel brand new, And it's because it uses those localized receptors in the skin. And it's fascinating to me, when you think of medicine, you think of a pill, all you can do is swallow it, You can't use it 5-6 different ways and get different results. And I mean, we've seen this stuff in products from tinctures and edibles and things like that to shampoo and pain balm and, pet treats. And it's incredible how many different ways you can use it. But definitely the method of consumption matters when it comes to bioavailability and how quickly the uptake is. All those things are factors. How does the path change depending on whether cannabis is inhaled or eaten? Well, we just talked about that. I just answered my own question. That's not happened to me before. So what happens inside the body when a cannabinoid binds to the receptor? I mean, really, how does that instant message kind of work?
Yeah. So once the cannabinoids enter the bloodstream, they're carried there to different organs and different tissue. So THC and CBD both fat soluble. We call lipophilic, which helps them kind of move through cell membranes and distribute into fatty tissue.
Yeah.
So THC is a little different. It can cross the blood-brain barrier and reach CB1 receptors in the brain. And cannabinoids are also different. They don't exactly search really for receptors.
Right.
They circulate through the body, and they may interact when they encounter a compatible, biological target.
Right. Kind of just flowing through the body until it finds something it matches with, maybe?
Yeah.
An area of need.
That might be deficient. And something that might be deficient.
Yes.
And a lot of people are endocannabinoid deficient, that there is actually some research around that, just that philosophy. And we know that people can be deficient.
Yes.
And that these cannabinoids can be a great solution. So, so the bloodstream kind of carries the compound. The receptor location shapes the response probably.
Right. I'm sure if the bloodstream is carrying certain cannabinoids that bind with CB1, they're going to bypass all the CB2 receptors until some cannabinoid comes along that binds with that one. And then they just kind of like are magnets at that point, I bet.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. Yeah.
And then whatever, just like when we were talking about what it does in the body, whatever the body doesn't need, it discards.
Correct.
So you're never holding on to something that your body can't use, unlike a lot of other substances that we call medicine. Your body doesn't know how to process a petroleum-based pharmaceutical product that's a single chemical synthesized compound, whereas the body is made to use all of these, the terpenes, the flavonoids, the amino acids, the fatty acids, all those things. The body is made to use those, but whatever you need, your body takes it from that product, and whatever it doesn't, it flushes out.
There you go.
Yeah. And that's one of the reasons I love to talk about CBG sometimes too, because we know that CBG will sort of act like, they call it the stem cell, because it will act like whatever you're deficient in and kind of take that characteristic on. And I find that fascinating.
Yeah, it's really for some would consider more of the kind of the mother cannabinoid.
Yes, everything is born from CBGA. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
How do these signals turn into the effects like relaxation, pain relief, mood change, memory, all that? How does the body, how do these signals turn into what you need them to be?
Yeah. So if I'm getting you right here, so how does the effect?
Well, like if I give 3 people the same product, one of them has dementia, one of them can't sleep, and one of them is having seizures, and they all take the same product, it does 3 different things for them because based on what their needs are. How does that work?
Yeah. So the effect really kind of depends on the receptors and the pathways that are being influenced.
Mm-hmm.
So, and where they're located and how strongly they are activated. So in the brain, CB1 influence systems, involved in stress, reward, memory, and mood, and sensory nerves, cannabinoid, signaling may change how pain messages are transmitted.
Right.
In immune tissue, CB2 will probably influence more inflammatory communication. So, it's what we feel is the combined result of the cells themselves, both receptors in and out, and the transmitters that are happening between cells, adjusting their communication. So it's the experience is the body's kind of interpretation of what these signals and how these signals are working together. And that's why it's so different for everyone, because and all of these different factors play in, things that we're not even talking about, how metabolism and diet, exercise, and other
diet, environment, genetics, all the things. Yeah,
all play a part of that. But it really, the signal response is just more, again, your body's interpretation of it, how things are working together.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, I can even attest to that. I have multiple issues that I use cannabinoid products for. And depending on what shape I'm in on any given day, if I'm feeling good and relatively low on the pain scale and the problem scale, then it might, the amount of THC I normally use at night may be like super high for me that day and make me super sleepy and all that. But on a day when I'm on a pain level 8, 9, 10, and that same product doesn't even make me feel impaired, but the relief it brings and the different types of relief, it depends. Do I have a migraine or does my back hurt? Is my knee bothering me or can I not sleep? And that same product will fill in the holes, fill in the gaps for me. And whatever it is I need out of that same product,
that it gives me what I need. And that's one of the reasons I know that what you're talking about is so true, because the body is so intelligently designed and the plant is so complex. The plant is as complex as the body, and it has so many elements that can meet each of those needs. And outside of CBD and THC, which are the main stars of the show, but within the minor cannabinoids like CBC and CBN, and THCV, all of those things, even in trace amounts. And then, of course, there's the whole is more valuable than the sum of its parts. How does the ECS help keep the body in balance? And how does cannabis influence that process? We may have to do a two-part answer here because we're getting ready to go to a break. But so let's
get ready to go to break.
Let's talk about how it helps keep the body in balance.
So the ECS is closely connected to homeostasis, and that is just balance, right? Think of the Goldilocks effect. Some people phrase that a lot. The body's ongoing effort to adjust. It's really your body's effort to adjust to conditions that change.
To stay at a baseline, right? Yeah. Let me stop you right there. We're going to get into it after the break. We'll be right back with more with Rick Wagaman on the ECS. Stay with us.
Now. We tend not to think about now. We dream about tomorrow, relive yesterday, but sometimes we don't see what's right in front of us. Victory over cancer is in front of us. Right now, cancer research is saving lives. Cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to new discoveries and new treatments, and ultimately, one day, victory over cancer. Right now, 1 out of every 2 men and 1 out of every 3 women will get cancer in their lifetime. Now is your moment. You may save someone you love. The V Foundation has the skill, the speed, and the strength to achieve victory over cancer. Because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory. Learn more at v.org.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Rates, policy forms, and availability vary by state. Did you know life insurance rates are near record lows? If you own life insurance, or if you're thinking of buying any, why spend more than you have to? Since 1986, AccuQuote has helped literally millions of people just like you save a fortune on their life insurance. Here's how they do it. They monitor the products offered by dozens of the most well-respected brand name life insurance companies you trust so that you get the lowest rates. For example, a healthy 40-year-old can buy $500,000 of 10-year level term for less than $20 a month. 20 and 30-year rates are also available. Don't forget to ask them about the new term life plans that guarantee your money back even if you outlive your policy. Take 5 minutes and call AccuQuote for your free quote. Call 1-800-318-1787. Find out how much you can save on your life insurance. Call AccuQuote today at 1-800-318-1787. That's 1-800-318-1787.
Welcome back to Sweet Home CannaBama. Now with all the information you want about CBD, here's your host, Jennifer Boozer.
Welcome, everybody. Tonight, we've been talking with Rick Wagaman from Iowa. He is the founder of Herbal IQ Education and Consulting about the endocannabinoid system, which is the system of receptors in the body of every mammal that allows the body to recognize and utilize the plant chemicals in cannabis, because we have some of those same chemicals made inside of our own bodies. And so, Rick, I'm going to go back and just re-ask the question because I pretty much butchered what you were about to say.
Oh, yeah.
So the question was, how does the endocannabinoid system help keep the body in balance, and how does cannabis influence the process?
Yeah. Okay. So again, just real high level here. We can go deep, and that could be a whole program just on the ECS and this process. But so the ECS is just closely connected with homeostasis. It's just really the body's ongoing effort to, adjust to conditions of change.
Right. a baseline of functionality.
Yeah, get us back to a place of comfort.
Optimal function,
and health. Yeah. So it helps regulate the strength and duration of certain signals rather than just really turning them on and off. Again, it's more like a dimmer switch that's happening inside the body. And a lot of it with the endogenous cannabinoids in particular, are you familiar with retrograde signaling?
No.
Okay. Well, hey, look at that. I got one for you. So retrograde signaling, envision two cells, a receiving and the sending cell. So a receiving nerve cell can send an endocannabinoid, and I'm just going to say like 2AG, back to the sending cell that says, hey, your message has been received. You can now lower the volume. That happens through the endogenous cannabinoid process naturally. That's, again, another of one of these systems in the body, this process, because normally these signals just go from cell to cell to cell, receptor cell, like locks and keys, right? Sending transmitters, sending information. But there is this retrograde thing too. So it's really interesting. There's a whole, again, PubMed, NIH is great places to understand a little bit more the technical side of that. But so cannabis cannabis can influence the process, but these outside cannabinoids may act more broadly and last longer than the body's own signals, our endogenous signals. So the ECS kind of works more like a dimmer switch than kind of this on-off button.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I definitely learned something.
Retrograde signaling.
Retrograde signaling. I have to write that one down. When you look at cannabinoids, terpenes, the other plant compounds together, how does that whole plant communicate with the body? Because we know there are direct receptors, CB1, CB2 for cannabinoids, but how do terpenes and flavonoids and the other components of the plant interact with the body?
Yeah, they're not always direct pathways, but so cannabis, contains, like you were saying, different compounds, including the cannabinoids themselves, the terpenes and the flavonoids. I think you guys covered a lot of that in the last program.
Yes.
The last segment or before or whatever. But these may influence different receptors and enzymes. We still need, quite honestly, there's still more research to be done in that space. But we know that they're really not connecting like, you see the endogenous and exogenous phytocannabinoids like THC and the rest doing. But THC engages the cannabinoid receptor more directly, while CBD and some of the other compounds may influence a broader range of targets. Their interaction is often called what we talk about a lot in our business is the entourage effect.
Yes.
But the science, quite honestly, is really still developing. The formulation, the dose, the delivery method, the individual person and their biology all still matter. Right. So it's just these phytocannabinoids just work a little bit differently, but these other flavonoids and terpenes and whatnot, they're influencing other things.
Right. And we know just basically we've done lots of talking about terpenes in the past. We know that, essential oils is a good common example to people of plant chemicals that emit a smell that have certain medicinal effects on the body. We know that just smelling some of them can create a mood change or a memory change.
Pine and lemon and
linalool from lavender. Just smelling lavender makes you calm. Yes, and that linalool, the limonene that wakes the brain when you have something that's citrusy. We've talked about that, and that makes sense in that way. But like flavonoids are what gives the plant the color. How in the world do colors act like medicine in the body? There is a lot to be desired in that explanation, I think. And as we learn more and more, I'm excited to hopefully still be here, however long that takes, to be able to continue to explain it in depth, because it's fascinating because CBD by itself, THC by itself is a miracle. But when you combine that with the entire force of those chemicals, hundreds and hundreds of different types of chemicals, that collective effort is miraculous.
Yeah, it creates synergy, and it creates that entourage effect, and
it's kind of like throwing everything
really
at it. You know, you want to throw everything at it, and something's going to stick. You know, and like we said,
like throwing mud balls at a barn.
There you go. Whatever you don't need will just go on about its way out of the body. But just in case, we've got 480 plus things that could be, you know, any one of them could be the answer, you know, and in combination. So let's talk a little bit about what you do. How does Herbal IQ help people understand these processes, you know, other than being on a radio show like this? How do you guys help people to understand these in a simple and accessible way?
Yeah. Well, you know, I do a lot of in-person stuff, you know, throughout Iowa, in the Midwest. But, you know, and we do a lot of online things. And again, sorry about the technical challenge today.
No, that's fine.
You guys can see my smiling face. The picture is pretty close to what
I have seen his actual face, and it looks like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, you know, at Herbal IQ, you know, our role really is to help people, you know, help to translate this complex cannabinoid science into something that, you know, information that people can understand and use, quite honestly.
Right.
We try to explain the benefits and the limitations and the risks and unanswered questions without, you know, relying on fear and marketing hype.
Right.
So, you know, our goal is not to, you know, Jennifer, to tell everyone out there that, you know, cannabis is right for them.
Yeah.
It is to help people ask better questions, probably.
Yeah.
And understand products more clearly.
Yeah.
And, you know, make safer, more informed decisions. You know, it's better understanding, you know, it's better choices.
I think for the average person who isn't like us, that we live and breathe this, just looking at my own Facebook feed, I'll see an article about how cannabis helps with this, that, and the other. Then I'll see another article where it's has no medical value and will make you have heart disease and this and that. And it's like the opposite. And it's back and forth all day long on every social media platform. Everybody's an expert. Nobody, you know, it's crazy. So it's important to have situations like the show, like what you do, where everything is based in fact and not, you know, and we're just putting it out there in small bits that people can understand. And the goal would be, I'm sure is similar for you, to make sure that people have as much information as possible when it comes to trying it, buying it, voting for it, all those things. Or going into business. I'm sure that you're very valuable to certain businesses who are trying to risk it all and do this, and they want to know what to do. Thank you so much for tonight. We're out of time, and I would love to have you back soon. And thank you so much for your expertise and your time. Check out Herbal IQ and Rick Wagman. Stay tuned every Monday night for more episodes like this one. And God bless you all. God bless America. And God bless American hemp and cannabis. Good night.